fellow congregation members of the church, all people do this devil and the evil, rotten, incredible, down, despicable, phenomenal monster. All realize that monsters like this do not have a place in heaven. And also realize that hell simply will not have them because they don't want a motherfucker like this trying to take over. They must be sick.
Hector Hernandez on the guitar, ladies and gentlemen, shredding it as he does every damn night.
It's another beautiful day to be a Raider, draped in the silver and black. I represent the shield, I represent the swords. It's that time of night again, Raider Nation. And you come back. Why? Because it's time. It's time to bring them.
What's up, Raider Nation? I'm the Commish, coming to you live from Hardcore Challenge Live Studios. Deep behind the enemy line. This is Raider Reaction. This is your Thursday edition. The Raider Nation Ricochet. And of course, I have a guest again this evening.
I'm not a guest. I'm Captain Jack. Yarg! In high definition too. Ooh, take that.
In your face.
In your face.
So we got some Raider news. Obviously, somebody's already mentioned it in the comments. Are we getting Derek Johnson? That's probably the biggest news, breaking news. On the even breaking news.
Dude.
It's just news.
Okay, let me cool some jets here. It is 10:04.
It's just something to talk about on May 3rd.
Eastern time on May the 4th be with you day.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a geek. And by the way, sporting news specs, I can actually see, as Bob was kind of mentioning out, I can actually see some of these comments. So I'll try to be able to like comment on them, because before I wasn't able to see them.
There you go.
That's a good thing. Again, good for the Raiders, and I wasn't gonna say this to the Commish here, because then it wouldn't be fresh. I like to be fresh, all fresh and sparkly and
be
clean.
fresh.
I'm
so
fresh.
fresh and so clean.
Remember, don't be a hoe.
So clean.
Don't be a
so
hoe.
clean.
Okay, fresh is this. Derek Johnson is a really good linebacker. Okay, yes, the last 2 years he's been out with injuries playing for the Kansas City Chiefs. He has the smarts, he has the wherewithal, he has the capabilities to do what Navarro Bowman did last year for us and what Perry Riley did the year before that, although definitively Bowman was a big step up from Perry Riley. But here's the thing, though. Go ahead and make
No, I just see a lot of correlations to the way Perry Riley Jr. played out last year and the way Navarro Bowman is playing out this year.
Yeah.
A lot of conversation. I spent the whole offseason talking about Perry Riley Jr. last year because there was such a big need. Middle linebacker. We needed it. But Perry Riley Jr., everybody's like, why don't we bring him in? Just like Navarro Bowman. Why aren't we bringing him? Well, nobody else is signing his ass either. Just like Perry Riley Jr.
And
nobody else was signing him either.
By the way, Perry Riley is still available.
Yeah. Hell, Navarro Bowman may be available.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bowman made a trip to the New York Giants to see what their availability was with him. It's about the money.
It's always about the money.
Okay.
It's the business.
Here's the thing. I'm thinking that Navarro Bowman is saying, I want X, and the teams are like, yeah, well, we can give you this. And then it's going to be up to him whether he wants to take the offer, knowing that he's going to have to move his family from where they already are to wherever that next destination is going to be. Because I can guarantee you that Reggie and the guys that cook the books have already said, hey, this is our offer. This is what we're going to give to you for this year or X, maybe 2. I don't know about that, but at least for this year, this is what you're going to play for the Raiders this year. You are going to be a great asset for this team if you wish to take the offer. But just like Gruden said, he's not going to let anybody stay here that don't want to be here. If you want to go out and see what you're worth, go see what you're worth.
The one thing I don't like, Captain, is that here we are, and this is so deja vu from last year. All going into the draft, all we talked about last year was, oh God, we need a linebacker. I was at the draft party. Here we go, round after round. We're not taking one. People are losing their collective minds. And we go through the draft. We go through free agency, all the way up into training camp, and we're still wondering and scratching our head about what are we going to do at middle linebacker.
Well, remember,
and we're still doing the same damn thing again this year.
Yeah, the plan last year was to have Marquil Lee, the rookie from Vanderbilt, be the savior.
We put all of our chips in a rookie.
Yeah,
an unproven kind of small, not a big school.
He's got capability, but he's young. He's a rookie +1. Okay, who was injured last year.
But we're having the same conversation again. That's my point.
Okay, remember this, though. Last year, we had, and I'm going to say a very dirty word here, Ken Norton Jr. as our our offensive defensive coordinator. There you go. You were going.
I like it.
You knew what my joke was going to be. Okay, rim shot. Yeah, I get the drums and I'll play. So we had that going for us, and the fact that both him and Del Rio, who played linebacker, Norton Jr. who played linebacker, had really no value in the linebacker position because they were playing their version of the Seattle defense, and it was just an afterthought. So the point being is that he left us out hanging to dry. Now, this year, and this is a positive thing here, Paul Gunther, as defensive coordinator, actually values the linebacker position. But he actually said, and this is a quote, he could take a lower round pick or a free agent pickup and make them a stud in his defense. Well, that's a lot of bold and blast from him. We'll see if that can happen.
That's a lot of talk. We'll see if they can end up cashing that. But they brought in Whitehead. I saw you mention that, Matt.
Yeah.
And they brought in some guys, but there's no. If you went and asked the coaching staff right now and said, "What's your plan for linebacker?" They were like, well,
They're going
you
to
know,
say, well,
we're kind of working on that, you know, and we're hoping this, you know, and you know, we're hoping this plan to work. If that doesn't work out, then hopefully this works out.
They're not going to give you a straight answer.
Yeah, it's still a muddy goddamn mess. It's year 2, and they have not. I feel like they've tried to address the cornerback situation, but the linebacker situation, I still feel in the middle is somewhat suspect. But like you said, maybe coordinator and scheme will help some of that.
You know, I can tell you this, that at least this year, and I don't want to lead from the front, but first off, if you haven't read my article about being an armchair general manager, damn it, what are you waiting for? Read it. It's at Big County Preps. It's also on my page. Actually, and I think I might did it. If I didn't share, I thought I shared it already.
You should have if you haven't yet.
Okay.
But
point being, though, is that this draft, the Raiders went out and they had a plan. They had a plan. You guys, as we said last night, you guys don't know the plan. It's like kind of like, you know, it's not a Jedi mind trick. It's like we're working with the May 4th thing. You know, these are not the droids you're looking for. Okay, this is not what you think it is. Okay, because we really don't know. I don't know. You don't know.
No.
Nobody knows unless they're in the building what the plan really is. Okay, so let the folks that make the bigger amount of money go about their plan. At least let's see it when it comes to fruition in training camp in August, okay? And remember, there's still a lot of time to see if Bowman's going to sign too.
It's a long master plan, which is what I've been trying to say since freaking February. Is you got to let it play out. They're looking at free agency, draft, they're looking at a whole master plan. They're not looking at little short chunks. They're looking at the whole picture. So when you were looking at what they were doing in free agency, they already had a plan as to what they were going to go out and do in the draft, and that was playing into what they were doing in free agency, and vice versa. That's how it works. It's a master plan, and they start laying that plan out when they get, you know, season's over. They brought in all the new guys. They sit down and they start hashing out what the game plan is going to be going forward and how they're going to address the roster. It's interesting how it's going to hash out here coming down into training camp with some of these positions, because even at corner, I mean, they picked up so many guys. There's a stable of guys, and then they drafted more guys. So it's going to be interesting to see how this shakes out and who's going to be the starter at some of these positions coming into preseason.
Yeah, as far as I love reading this. Okay, Joel, this is the draft hat. It's available from various people out there. This is the gray version. There is a black version as well. Yep. So it's the draft hat, and it's awesome, isn't it? So, but go out and get yours today. I did see somebody mention Raider Reaction swag. We have it on the page. Go check it out. Just hit the shop tab on the page. We got fan packs. You can get the single shirt fan packs or the one where you get both shirts and all that good stuff. And we've got shipments going out this weekend. The next batch is going out, so go ahead and get one ordered up so you can get yours out in the next round that goes out. Hey, Matt, that process is tied 1-1 right now, and that process is in Philly. It's the plan vice the process. The process is in Philly. The plan is in Oakland. Remember that. That's from the words and mouth of Captain Jack. Trust the plan. The process is in Philly. And they're, 1-1, I think? Yes. Yes, there you go. You've got, any size you need, Joel. We've got, I'm ordering up the ones that we don't have of all the extra sizes, the 2Xs and the 3Xs that we need, and any smalls or mediums. But I have a large and extra large right here, but the others are getting ordered. So whatever you need, order it up, and we'll get them coming, whatever you need. For guys like me that go a bit on the biggest side, like myself and Big L, we even have sizes coming available for us big folk too. Yep, just order them up, and we'll get the shirts in. That's no biggie. So draft. Me and Big L got into it on Monday on the draft and what we thought our grade was in the breakdown of the draft. You haven't really had your chance to. No, I've been holding my tongue. Holding my tongue. So how would you break down what you seen go on over
Thursday, Friday, Saturday of last week, and what grade would you give the draft? I gave it a B-.
My grade is come back in 3 years. I don't grade the draft like everybody else does. If you grade the draft, present company excluded in this environment, if you grade the draft 24 hours after it ends on Saturday, you're a schmuck. You're a schmuck. I'll tell you why. Because players that play in college don't necessarily pan out what they're going to be in the pros. And people that you've never heard of before that come in either in the 6th and the 7th round.
Yeah, but everybody's got to throw a grade out there.
No.
That's like our cheesy, and as soon as you look at the schedule, freaking predictions, it means shit, but it gives you something to come back and talk about say, well, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it, but I'm not going to give it a grade, man. I'll give it a B-. Goddammit. Schmuck or not.
Okay. I said present company excluded. Okay, and I'm going to tell you what we got going on here, because here's the thing. As I said, there's a plan. Everybody that I could see on some of the boards I was reading had an apoplectic shit fit. Oop, there goes my curse word for the night. I'm trying not to do anything else. They just were like they had Tourette's syndrome with all of the garbage that was coming out of their mouth, okay? Because when the Raiders were at 10, okay, and I walked out of the theater and you saw it in the like, who'd we get? Well, we didn't draft yet. Oh, well, what's going on? Well, and then I turned on the radio. The Bucks made a trade. Okay, so I knew we were at 7 at that point. Okay, so I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can get home in time. Didn't quite. I was in the driveway at 10 when I heard that the Raiders traded back. Had no issue with that because what did I tell you for weeks? Trade back.
I wasn't shocked that we traded back either, honestly, especially if that's what they were looking was out an offensive line. I mean, I wasn't shocked that they traded back.
And
depended on what they were targeting.
Right.
That's what I've been saying for weeks. You had no idea what they were targeting. I had no freaking idea.
I have a inkling that they were targeting 3 guys, okay? And 2 of the guys were already gone when they went to pick. So it was easy because everybody, again, had a fit that the Raiders only got a 3rd and a 5th and a swap of the picks, okay? Here's the deal. Unfortunately, and I do agree with those that said that people knew that had been put out there that the Raiders were looking to trade back. The Raiders were looking to trade back. You know, it kind of goes without saying that if people know what you're going to do to begin with, you're not going to get the value out of it. Now, we did get the value minus 25 points based upon the old-time value chart for the draft, okay? It was like 25 points that we gave up. We got a 3rd and a 5th. And then somebody was saying, and I do agree with this slightly as well, as these armchair general managers, saying that it was for the quarterback and we should have gotten more. Remember, you're on the clock, okay? And you got to get the best value that you can at that time.
It's bodies for bodies, man. You can get 3 bodies for 1. That's simple math.
Right.
3 bodies for 1 because you don't know how these guys are going to pan out.
And the other thing is that one of those bodies was already identified because we being the Raider collective, knew that Pittsburgh wanted a 3rd round pick for Martavis Bryant. So the pick that we got was already earmarked as a swap for Martavis Bryant. I got a schmuck, and if he's watching, I'm talking about you, Mr. Almquist. I got a schmuck in the office that's a big Steelers fan. And
fucking Steelers fans.
Okay, well, I work for one as well, but I'm not going to let that out. My boss at the store is actually pretty cool for a Steelers fan. But he already, as soon as I walked in on Friday, he says, hey, good luck with that Martavis Bryant pickup. Yeah, he'll be all right. He was all right for us, but, he ain't really all that, 1-year rental. Okay, here's the thing, man. As soon as that player left your team, he immediately started saying all sorts of crappy things about him because he was no longer a Stiller. Well, the point is that he's a Raider, and the Raiders needed help on the offensive front through having receivers that can spread the field.
He's a disgruntled former Steeler who's now a Raider, who has a chip on his shoulder and wants to shit all over his team, his old team, which I like.
Yeah,
because he's got, and it's a contract year for Martavis.
Right, 1 year rental possibly.
He's gonna play his ass off this 1 year, and I don't give a fuck if he turns out being a 1 year rental. Who cares if he balls out and we make it to the playoffs?
What a great thing for
penny.
A third round pick for somebody you don't know that's going to be there. And remember, that was an extra pick. That was an extra pick. We moved back, got an extra pick for a guy that we really wanted. We got that fifth round pick. And you know what? With all of the trading and the moving back and forth, and I was busy this weekend, I didn't quite make it to what's going on with this. All I know is that we swapped around a lot. We moved up, we moved down. We played the board to the best of our, and I'm going to use the inclusive we here, the best of our abilities to get the players that we wanted.
Yeah, because there's 31 other owners out there playing the same damn board as you that are trying to make moves to not allow you to make the moves that you want to make, and they're trying to make the moves that they want to make. So you can't. You're going in with a game plan. It's like poker. It's not going to work out in your favor all the time. You're not going to get the hand you want. The cards aren't going to shuffle out ahead of you how you think they will. And so, playing through it, I thought they got a lot of solid talent. There was a lot of 17 and 18 draft guys that were projected in the first round that we got, whether they fell for one reason or another at one time in their college career. Yeah. These guys were talents that were targeted, and I think we did well.
We did well, and well, Casey, this is why I don't have to give a grade. I said we did well for what we wanted to do. John Gruden has
Everybody gives a grade, Captain. You got to give a grade. Come on, it's like peer pressure.
You know what? I don't have to smoke dope if I don't want to, and that's peer pressure as well. So I'm not going to give a grade.
Everybody did a mock draft, so I did one this year too. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Mine was better.
This is a verbal grade. This is a verbal grade. What they're worth, okay? This is the point. John Gruden wants to keep Derek Carr upright and clean. As I was saying the other day...
No, he's only $125 million. It seems like a fair...
It sounds like a good plan,
yeah,
right?
A little insurance on the guy.
Okay. So you got Colton Miller, who hopefully is not a workout warrior and actually will pan out. And here's the other thing. Immediately at left tackle, maybe. I'm not even going to go into the Penn situation.
That's a fair question. I want to take Javier's question.
Okay,
do you think gambling on 3 players with potential red flags in the same draft is wise? Tell me a freaking player that doesn't come out of minor league football that isn't a questionable red flag. Okay. Tell me any of them. They're all coming out of minor league football. I don't give a shit if it's a Heisman Trophy winner. They all have the possibility of being a bust.
If you're
gambling on every one of them.
Okay, I take it he's calling Bryant as one of our picks, which with the 3rd round pick, I'll take that as the 3 players because really, there's only one guy with a red flag. There's only one guy with a red flag, and that's Arden Key, who was a first-round talent.
Maurice Hurst has red flags because of
not a red flag. That's not a red flag.
I'm guessing that was one of the guys he was talking about.
To me, a red flag is some guy that has the potential to be self-destructive and not do for your team. Medical issues are different. Medical issues are different because Hurst
is no different today than he was this same day last year. And he played his ass off.
And he is one of the wonders of the Big Ten. Kicked ass, took names, was a first-round talent, okay? Medical issues, his heart, and I know a little bit about heart issues, considering I got a zipper in my chest that I've had now for about the last 12 years. So as long as I'm upright and screaming at you, I can talk to you about heart issues. Don't piss me off either, okay? That's true. Point being, Hurst is a first-round talent, okay? He doesn't have any red flags. He has medical issues which were going to be looked at by the team.
Arden Key's another one.
Arden Key is the only person with a red flag, and I tell you what, if Arden Key and Martavis Bryant and anybody else that might have some problems with substances. I'm just going to put it at that. If you have problems with substances, you can keep your butt playing, keep your head straight, fly right, you're going to be an asset, okay? Arden Key is going to be a fantastic player. And I tell you what, having Key, if you straighten it up and flying right, Key with Irvin and Mac coming from the outside, awesome, awesome, awesome. And then you got the pluggers in the middle with Maurice Hurst and Hall from Sam Houston, who is a load at...
This is going to be a total new look defense.
Exactly.
Across the board. And what blows my mind is when you're talking about the Fairweather and the crazy, the armchair general managers, these ones I say that we haven't addressed the defense. Like, how the hell have we not addressed the defense? It's not even, it's going to be completely different. Run by a different coordinator.
Right.
Different position coaches, everything across the board.
You guys saw how the defense improved last year when that person that I just already said that hopefully shall remain nameless for the rest of the conversation. Okay, no, I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about KNJ, who's gone, okay? I tell you what, KNJ is gone, and then John, what's-his-nose from the Chargers that came in as our defensive assistant, okay? I forgot his name. John what's-his-nose, okay?
Pagano.
Pagano, there you go. I knew it was John. John Pagano came in, and when he was our defensive coordinator, you look how that defense improved. Even people like Shalik Calhoun and Ward made some tackles and sacks. Bye-bye Ward, because you know what? We used Ward to get another asset.
Sean Smith was playing freaking...
Sean Smith was playing the way he should because he was playing bump and run.
And I still wish we could have kept Sean Smith, obviously for reasons outside of anybody else's hands. Sean Smith's gone, but I think he could have been, because
if things were different, Sean Smith would still be on this team right now. But things are the way they are, and you know what? We'll see after a year, because he'll be a free agent in a year. Maybe he might want to come back. Maybe he wants to go somewhere else. We'll see. Because here's the other thing that I was actually looking at as well. And obviously I'm kind of, because I want to say it so bad. Okay,
say it.
There's been a lot of crap out there from people that were crapping on the pick of the punter from Florida. I know about the punter from Florida because I'm a damn Gator, okay? Townsend was the best punter 1 year ago, okay? And he would have been a first-round, make sure it goes up to 2. He would have been a first-round draft pick if he would have came out I'm sorry, not a first round. He would have went high in the draft if he would have came out last year. He would have been the first punter off the board if he went out last year. The only reason why he didn't was because the kid from Texas that has a leg on him, okay? But Townsend is awesome, okay? Townsend is awesome. And not only did we get Townsend in a pick, we got his buddy Eddie Pinheiro, who is one of the best kickers in college football. Steady Eddie has a leg, and he doesn't choke, okay? Pinheiro.
There's got to be a bread joke in there somewhere.
Yeah, Pinheiro bread. Or it's Steady Eddie. I don't care what the nickname is. Just the fact, put the 3s and the 1s on the board when we need them, and I think we'll be good.
It's time for a new regime at the kicking position in the Oakland Raiders. It was Leckler and Janikowski for years, ever. They were Pro Bowl. They were the only guys going to the Pro Bowl. And then we made everybody lost their collective fucking mind when we got rid of Leckler. Like, oh my God, how are we going to replace Leckler? And we bring this kid out of some school you never heard of, some kid you never heard of, Marquette King, and everybody drooling all over him. Well, maybe this kid from Florida is the next kid like that. I mean, he's the greatest punter in the history of the University of Florida. That's bringing some pretty good cred with you, man. That's bringing some pretty good statistical backing with you. But what's your resume look like? Well, I'm the fucking greatest Gator punter ever.
Okay,
that's pretty fucking good.
One good thing about Townsend is that he's got a leg, but he also knows how to directional punt. He can actually do. I'm not calling him Ray Guy. What I'm saying is he can directional punt like Ray Guy did for years and years and years, okay? Townsend will be an asset for the Raiders. He already knows how to hold for Eddie Pinheiro. So we don't even have to go through that process of them not knowing each other and feeling it out. The only thing that we don't know is who's going to be the long snapper. So as soon as we figure out who the long snapper is going to be, we got long snapper to be determined, Townsend holding the ball, and Pinheiro kicking the crap out of it. So you know what? Shut up if you don't have, an issue with
I'm all on board for Pinheiro just because I want to say his name all fucking season.
Okay.
I want to root for a guy named Pinheiro.
Yeah. The other thing is that,
it's nice to have a good name.
Pinheiro. And you know what? It's a good Latino.
Because I really enjoyed DiGiorgio from last year. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorgio.
Tavecchio, and Tavecchio's bye-bye.
Yeah, he's not gonna make it, man.
He's bye-bye. And you know
Here's a nice story. Here's a good story.
But
I like those stories.
The main reason why Tavecchio made our team was he was a left-footed kicker, and we had everything set up for a left-footed kicker. We had that I'm going to say that ass who's since gone to Denver. See how it works out, Denver.
The Queen?
The Queen. The ass already knew how to hold for a left-footed kicker, so that's why Tavecchio was there. He'd been there for years and years and years because he's a left-footed kicker. It was a good story, but you know what? I will take Pinheiro 8 days a week and twice on Sunday.
Well, we did pick up a long snapper line, so we don't know if he's the guy.
Well, we actually had two. We actually had the kid from Cal and another guy. So they'll fight each other out in camp because you know what? Condo's not there anymore, and bless John Condo. He had a wonderful NFL career. Seabass is up in Seattle, and we'll see him in London.
God,
but you know what? We'll see the Queen twice as well because his happy butt is in Denver.
He's a punter, though.
He's a punter.
He's a fucking punter.
I'm also going to say we picked up a corner. Nick, what's his last name?
Worley?
No.
No, Nick Nelson.
Nick Nelson. Guy had some issues with his meniscus, okay? So, again,
Worley was the kid who got arrested.
Flag. Yeah, Worley's the kid from Philly that had a gun, okay? But Nick was drafted.
I did not hot deal. I'll have to scroll back and check it. I'm sorry.
Why? What?
I don't know. He's asked if I've seen his comment. We try to keep up, guys, but you gotta understand.
I'm talking.
We can't read all the comments and talk and keep a train of thought.
Right.
My train is all over the place on a general basis, and it's hard to keep it on the rails as it is. My train gets. When I'm here with myself, sometimes I just have to blank out the comments and just roll with my thought because if I don't finish my thought, I will never get back to it.
If I can, when I come to a pause, and if I can look there, at least now I can see them, okay? But here's the thing. I'm going to get my thoughts out to you. Why? Because otherwise I'm a babbling friggin' idiot, which I am anyway if I don't get my comments out.
I like to have a plan to be a babbling idiot.
That's it. There you go. You aspire to be a babbling idiot. Okay.
Yes.
So that's the thing. Now, Nick at cornerback, we addressed the cornerback position with a guy he's probably going to come in. He's going to be our new addition.
Man,
from the departed TJ Carey.
Worley, Hall, Sharice Wright, Sean Melvin.
Melvin's going to be the starter opposite of Darian Connolly. Okay, it's going to be Connolly and Melvin. We got plenty of guys that are going to come in. Not all of these guys are going to make the roster, guys. The best will win out.
They're putting together a stable of corners. Veteran. If you look across the list, you've got rookies, you've got veterans, you've got guys with just a couple years under them that have been problem guys that you're bringing in for a second chance. You veterans at the end of their career. You have brought in a little bit of sprinkling of everything at corner, and you're gonna stick them out there, and they're gonna run them, and whoever wins it, that's gonna be your guys coming into now. I don't mind that. No. That I don't mind. I like the way they're addressing corner. I wish it was a little more like that at linebacker, but I feel at linebacker, we're coming down to we're just going to end up with whatever the fuck we got when it comes.
Good point. Melvin did shut down Antonio Brown. Thanks for putting that in there, Matt, because he is a good corner.
His coaches were saying he is an alpha dog corner who is ready to be the #1 in the right defense. His coaches. that his position coaches, when he was leaving the Colts, had nothing but positive things to say about him. That he is ready to be the #1. He's ready to take that next step in his career. So let's see.
I don't know.
We're ready. We're ready for somebody to be that damn guy.
I don't know if Leon Hall is even going to make the team there, Captain. Other captain.
Yeah.
Captain with a K. We'll see. We'll see. I can almost guarantee you, pending injuries, because you can't plan for injuries. Pending injuries, I'm thinking that the only two people that are going to be in there for sure is obviously Melvin, Garyon Conley at corner, okay? Everything else is a crapshoot, okay? And I think that the rookie that came in has a good chance to be a nickel or a dime coming in. Sharice Wright was called Toast. Literally, his nickname was Toast when he played a couple years ago. It was either for Cleveland or Washington, one or the other. They called his
crumbs all over the field.
That's right. That's right. So here's the thing. Whoever comes back there is good. Gilchrist is pretty much a guarantee in there because I don't even think Reggie Nelson's going to make it as
I don't think Reggie's going to make it. He barely made it last season.
He's going to be a teacher for everybody else by his fingernails. In this defense. He knows Gunther's defense.
Yeah. They'll use him through preseason, which I like. I love the fact that they get to keep all the guys till the final cut. Because not only that, you get to see guys that you wouldn't. They had cut downs after the first game. Hell, half those guys never even got in. Mm-hmm. So you got guys that are getting cut before the team even gets an honest evaluation of them. So I like the fact that they can keep him, and for that reason, now you can bring a guy like Reggie Nelson in. You can keep him. You can ride him all the way till the end of preseason, and then say,
things just didn't work
out.
Thanks,
Reggie. Thanks for helping these guys, showing them what to do and everything. Here's your nice parting gift.
It's harsh, but it's the way it is, man.
Enjoy the stable.
It's the way it is.
And I agree. I think that's what's happened to Reggie. I was shocked he made the team last year.
Well, that was the only reason why they even brought him back this year was that he knows Gunther's defense. He's going to be an asset in imparting wisdom of how to play the Gunther defense.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to make it, man. You've got Shwalam Luwani back there.
Yeah, you got Luwani, you got Obi, you got
Carl Joseph, you brought in
KJ.
Gilchrist.
Yeah.
I don't see it, man.
That's 4 safeties right there, guys.
And
those are going to be your winning safeties, again, pending injury. You got Gilchrist, you got Obi, you got Shalom Luwani, and you got,
laces out. Just make sure the laces are out.
Laces are out. Okay. So, that's it. And there's
a Ray Finkel joke.
Yeah, no, there's no number 5s kicking for the Dolphins here. Okay, see, I even know the number.
That's some good useless trivia right there.
That is, man. I'm the man.
Luwani is lost. See, the jury's still out for me on Luwani.
Luwani was coming on at the very end of last year.
Yeah, the jury's still out for me on Luwani. Yeah. I'm not ready to call him out yet.
No.
I did see a couple games where he didn't look like he necessarily knew where he should be. But Jesus Christ, let's remember how they were steered the first half of the season.
He was playing in the K&J. Oh my God, there is no clue defense. He played well under Pagano. He played well under a coordinator that knew how to use his troops.
It's hard to give him. It's hard to give some of these guys on defense, even on offense. It's hard to give some of the guys a fair assessment last year when they were ran and the play call was absolute garbage.
Yeah, and that's the scary thought is that the fact that this team won 6 games last year with the people that they had at the oversight. They still won 6 games. They were almost 500. They could have been better in some of the close games. They got their butts kicked in a couple of them, obviously, by the Patriots and whatnot. But they were close in a lot of the games. They should have won the Dallas game. You guys know that. So that's another game. So woulda, coulda, shoulda, whatever. Index cards. And I had a drag out with one of the dudes at work today. That was a Cowgirls.
We should have won that game. Yeah. But it was a first down, right? Yeah. Buy an index card.
And you know what? When we're done talking about the draft, I'm going to talk about something else that's really been pissing me off. And it was because of that cow patty fan that I'm going to put out some words of wisdom there. So what else we got going on? Are we done?
Are we done?
By the way, Aitman's going to be a good wide receiver.
I do want to touch on this. I know it's not necessarily Raider related, but it is league related. I see Matty Ice Cold got a big fat contract extension again this year. or today, and he's now the highest paid quarterback in the league with $30 million a year.
So he beat Cousins' deal.
Yes. Cousins is guaranteed. Cousins broke the bank because all of his money is mostly guaranteed. But he set the new benchmark. He's the $30 million a year man.
Right.
Now.
And all the people out there were bitching and moaning and complaining when Carr got his contract, last year? Last year. And they said how much we overpaid. And I told you then, as I will tell you now, it is now coming to fruition that what we got Derek Carr for is a bargain. A bargain. Because Rodgers hasn't signed his contract.
Yeah, it's going to keep ratcheting up and up and up and up and up because you've got some of the biggest names in the league that are starting to come up for contracts. And man, I don't know. I saw the first time Ryan got his contract was around the same time as Flacco got his, Romo got his. All those guys got theirs. And Flacco, they just threw money at him like it was nobody's business after he won the Super Bowl. That was a fluke, but it is what it is. They thought he was an elite quarterback in the league. Didn't turn out to be that way. I've always thought Matt Ryan is overrated. I always have. I think he's got an unbelievable supporting cast around him with Julio Jones, running backs he's got. The guy has an amazing cast around him, and he still is unavailable to get it done. And I agree. I think we're lucky that we got Carr signed when we got him signed because it's going to keep ratcheting it up.
And the only thing we got to do now is there's a certain player, number 52, we got to get locked up. The sooner, the better. I'm
saying June. It's going to happen in June. That's my prediction.
Yeah, I agree. Very overrated. Flacco is as bad as, he is bad. So.
But at least they threw $100 million at a guy with a Super Bowl ring. Matt Ryan, no Super Bowl ring. Your team's on the kiddie table. And been there for a while.
No soup for you.
None.
No soup for you.
Tony Romo, well, he's in the booth now. He's not going to get one. So, I don't know.
And Witten figured out that it's time to go to the booth and not play for that abysmal team as well. Yes, I said it.
Now, what do you think? Speaking of the booth, this is an interesting controversy. Now, Kurt Warner is a guy that has been he's been calling games for quite some time, and he's among the inner circles. He's said to be one of the better ones. And
really,
I guess he's been doing it for a long time.
Well, just because you do something for a long time doesn't make you one of the better ones.
He had auditioned for the Monday Night Football gig, and he was at the top of the list to get it. So much that he was even making comments live when they brought out the schedule that he needed to pay attention more to what the Monday night schedule was as the other. He thought he was in for the Monday night gig. Well, supposedly
they haven't announced it.
They haven't announced it, but the ESPN leaked a report to ESPN that there's probably going to stick a third cowboy in the booth at one of the premier jobs, and they're going to try to shove Jason Witten in there with Romo and Aikman, and try to shove another cowboy into the booth as on Monday Night Football.
More power to them if they can do the job, okay. And you know what?
But he's never done it before, though.
Well, the thing is that Tony Romo never done the job before. He did it a year ago.
No, but you're going to give him Monday Night Football, though?
You know what? Okay. They gave Tony Romo the #1 gig at CBS his rookie year. #1 gig at CBS his rookie year.
But not Monday Night Football.
You know what? To be honest,
Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football. That's Howard Cosell.
Couture. Monday Night Football actually sucks nowadays.
Well, yeah, it does.
I never watched, but you know what?
I hated. I'm not gonna lie. I fucking hated Gruden on Monday Night Football.
The only time
I turned the volume down. I could not stand to watch it when
I watched Monday Night Football was when the Raiders were on, because Monday Night Football has been sucking. The Sunday night game with those two Raider haters is actually more the premier game.
No, I always
it's gone to the Sunday night game.
I'm the fucking commish, man. I run the fantasy football league. I run the Time Space Football League around. I watch every fucking game. I gotta know what's going on.
I'd rather.
It's research.
Okay, I would rather.
I'm informed.
I'd rather put a lighter to my ass and make some fart flames, man, than watch Monday Night Football.
No, I gotta see what's going on.
Unless the Raiders are on, then I will watch it.
I will always watch football.
Well, no, I disagree. I disagree.
100%.
Because you do fantasy leagues.
Well, yeah. You have to know about all the other players. You have to be informed.
In that respect, I understand.
I'm the commissioner of the pinnacle of fantasy football competition, the Hardcore Challenge. I must be informed. I have to know. And I like to be informed for the show as well. I like to know what's going on league wide.
If there's a team that's playing on Monday Night Football that the Raiders are going to be playing the following week, I might peruse it. Otherwise, I don't care. I don't care.
Well,
it's all about
football,
the silver and black.
Of course it's all about silver and black.
Right.
I watch the other games strictly out of business purpose because I'm trying to whoop people's ass and win money. I watch silver and black out of love.
Okay, and I'll tell you this, and I think I've told you this before. I played fantasy football 2 years, okay? I won, so basically 4 times. I had like 2, I was in like 2 leagues, okay? I won 3 times, or 3 of the leagues, and I should have won the 4th league, okay? But I didn't do it.
Who the fuck is this guy's playing with? Bunch of ladies in the office? Come on now.
No, this was military people playing. Okay?
It doesn't matter. Some people are just fucking terrible at fantasy football.
I am a very combative person. I want to make sure I win. The thing with fantasy football is it took up all of my time.
Damn right it does.
And I have better things to do. I have better things to do. So you know what? I was happy with saying that I won 3 out of the 4 times, and I tell you what, because of some stupid tiebreaker, I didn't win that 4th one. But my points were even better when they did all of the points together. I had more than what the winner was.
Well, ours is a dynasty league, and we can trade draft picks. It runs just like the NFL, so it's very freaking involved, and oh god. It's in
fantasy is good for you guys that want to do it, and I helped the dude in Gitmo. I wasn't playing fantasy, but you know what? He asked me, "Hey Jay, how would you think if I had to do this, and this?" And I helped him, and he won the league. Not saying he won it because of me, but he didn't suck because of me either. He actually won the league with some of my.
Now we are talking about putting together a Raider Reaction Fantasy Football League because obviously I do I can run a pretty good fantasy football.
He does. I've heard nothing but good things about it.
And we have webcasts specifically for the fantasy football league. We have a couple a week, and we highlight a game of the week, and we have a lot of fun with it. We have championship trophy, championship ring. Winner gets $1,000. Second place gets $500.
That's the good thing.
So it's fun. We keep it competitive. We have 32 owners, 2 conferences. All the divisions. It's exactly
all the way it should be.
It's exactly like
run a league. Run it like a
It's
real
exactly
league.
like the NFL. But nobody leaves our league, so unfortunately, there's never any openings because nobody ever leaves our league. So we were thinking about doing one just for
Roger that, Raider J. I agree.
The folks that watch Raider Reaction and follow the page, and so we've been talking about it because the guys in the Ariel, I know wants to be in it. Popeye, Big L, all those guys would be in it. Obviously Captain's not gonna be in it because he's the one fantasy football. So
listen, guys.
But we can have some of you guys in it as well, and make it just more basic league.
I will be the arbiter of not the commissioner, because the commissioner is the commissioner. I will be the arbiter of arguments in the fantasy league, and I will be will be unbiased. And I don't have friggin' index cards. If there's an issue, I will be more than happy to put my ideas forth.
Yeah, so we'll obviously we got plenty of time for that, but we will more discussions on that. But we are talking about it.
It's May. Yeah, it's May.
It's May. Shit. Come to think of it, my league's probably rebooted. I gotta start getting my shit in order. It reboots at draft time.
Okay,
I've been slacking.
Well, there you go.
Because I'm getting everything set up in here. I thought I had internet going in here, but I'm having issues with the little Wi-Fi thingy I got. I'm trying to make this Wi-Fi.
Hopefully.
It is. It works, but it's not working as well as it should. So I've still got some tweaks I gotta do. Damn it. I thought I had it more dialed in today. And then they sent me the fucking Amazon, sent me the wrong goddamn thing. Yeah, they got it here in one day, but they sent me the wrong one. Assholes. So now I gotta send it back.
By the way, if you like my writing, when I used to write for Raider Nation Times, it's no longer a website out there, so I'm a free agent. So if there is a website that you know is looking for a writer for the Raiders, give me a shout if you're involved there, because I will write for any Raiders website. I'm a free agent. I'm in there. And I'm not high priced either. As long
He's a free agent, like Colin Kaepernick. He's just looking for a job.
And I stand for the national anthem now.
Not quite like Colin Kaepernick, but just in the job part.
Yeah, the free agency.
Free agent part.
Yeah, free agency. That's the only comparison that is like.
So I still see it flying through the comments. So let's touch on it one more time.
Which one?
Derek Johnson, Navarro Bowman. I still see it flying through the comments repeatedly. So let's touch on it one more time.
Okay.
It is the biggest news. It's the flavor of the day. He came in for a visit. I don't know if it's to pressure Bowman.
Yes.
Obviously, everything has
It's a win-win-win for everybody, because Bowman knows what his numbers.
What's it hurt to bring him in?
Bowman knows what his numbers are. He knew what his numbers were before he left the building. He knew what the Raiders are going to offer him, because the Raiders don't screw around with players. He said, "This is what our numbers are for you." Okay?
Johnson's old, man. He's 36 and
stopgap. Great person.
He could be a one-year guy.
One-year guy.
He could be a one-year guy if Bowman doesn't work out.
Doesn't sign the contract. Derek Johnson would be somebody else. And oh, by the way, again, this is May. There might be somebody later in the as the season progresses that's a cap casualty. That's how Perry Riley found his way to Oakland 2 years ago.
Absolutely.
Navarro Bowman was cut with a couple games in because they were nice enough to do it. Who knows what will happen, okay? It's still a long ways away, and I'm pretty much saying that the middle linebacker for the Raiders, as of right now, is probably not on the roster right now.
It's a possibility, and it really kind of, it's the one position that really kind of pisses me off that they have not dealt with and handled properly, and it's 2 years. The entire offseason, I had these same conversations last year on this show, sitting here with you guys, the exact same damn conversations about Perry Riley Jr. that we're having about Navarro Bowman, about not having anybody locked down, about, we picked up this guy in the draft, hopefully he'll work out. The exact same conversations, and the reason we're having those exact same conversations is because we don't really have a solid plan. We've got a bunch of lines in the water. We've got Whitehead. We've got Victor. We've got we've got Corey James out there. We hope Marco Lee is still what we think he should be.
I think James and Lee, with the experiences that they've gained the last year and the last 2 years, would be a great addition to the linebacker core. I think that we can work. Though I really like James.
James played well. He did. Yeah. He did play well. Whitehead, Is he gonna step up? Is he gonna be the guy that you need to be? But it's hard
and
to
I
tell.
agree with the comments. I love being able to see
Azim Victor, yes, Matt.
Saying the fact that that they're gonna I think was it Matt Marinovich said that Bowman and Mark are gonna have them signed on June 1st, whatever. That sounds great, but the point is and the other point that was made by the other gentleman is that Reggie will not kowtow to Bowman's demands. That is true too. He knows what his number is, and it's not going to be changed.
No, I agree. Reggie's kind of shown that, like Donald Penn last year, man, let him set. He doesn't allow himself to be strong-armed. I do like that. You should stand firm. Like, listen, at some point you are the employee. Yeah. Even though you're the employee that makes way fucking more money than the employer, you're still the employee.
Point being is that once you start caving, everybody knows that you're going to cave.
You're
so
soft.
Once you cave once, it goes on and on and on. Okay?
Yeah, you can't.
Ain't happening.
You can't lose that. You got to stay strong. You've got to be strong for many reasons.
That's your decision. I ain't saying a word.
called him out.
I know.
I can't. That's
I
what I
know.
can do. I'll put him in charge.
There's gotta
can't
be
follow the
a way.
rules.
Gotta be a way.
They can't follow the rules.
La 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 la.
So, anything else you want to touch on?
I was
We
gonna
got
say,
5 minutes left.
Did you guys go? Oh, grade. Thumbs up. There's my grade.
He gives him a thumbs up.
I give
Siskel and Ebert.
I give him a thumbs up grade. Why? Because we got people in positions.
I give him
that
a thumbs
need.
up with a B minus. I give him a B minus.
I give him a thumbs up.
Because I can't give him an A. An A, you're just being a homer if you're giving him an A.
I tell you what, the people that grade the draft, this is the dichotomy of the people that actually do this crap for a living. And these are allegedly the professionals.
Well, it's because they got nothing else to do. They're mock drafts over. What else are they going to do?
One guy gave us a D minus, okay? And, of course, Helmet Head, what's
fucking
his
Mel
nose?
Kiper. Oh, I can't stand that guy.
Kiper gave us a B plus. So we got it between a B plus and a D minus.
And Kiper's supposed to be the draft guru. That's all he knows is the fucking draft.
That tells you everybody. That's why it's a crap
The guy's out of a job for fucking 9 months out of the year. For like 3 months, he's relevant.
And you know what? He makes a lot of money, and he's happy.
God, he's so obnoxious to watch. He's just pissed off all the time. I can't even stand to watch that guy at all. He's by far my least favorite.
I got you.
Talking head guy.
I actually like the other dude.
Todd McShay.
I like McShay.
I don't mind McShay. I just cannot stand Mel Kiper. I've never been able to stand Mel Kiper.
I'm still waiting on
He rubs me
Kiper.
wrong.
I'm still waiting on Kiper to do whatever he promised. He said that when the quarterback from Notre Dame was going to be a star. He's on the NFL Network now.
Oh, the pickle, Clausen.
No. It wasn't Clausen. It was the guy that flamed out in Denver and Cleveland.
Denver and Cleveland.
He's on the NFL radio now. He's on does the 12 o'clock show. I don't think it was it Clausen, or was it the other Notre Dame?
I thought it was Clausen.
Okay, well he said that Jimmy Clausen's going to be in the Hall of Fame, and if he was wrong,
I think it was Clausen.
Okay, you're wrong, Mel. You're wrong.
No, Brady Quinn.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It was Brady Quinn.
I thought it was Brady Quinn.
Yeah, Brady Quinn.
Yeah, Brady Quinn is going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Mention Brady Quinn. I've had this argument before with people that
guys.
say, "Oh, how you guys threw it? Are you stupid fuckers draft Jamarcus Russell? Blah 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 blah." Well, you know what? We were going to take a quarterback that draft regardless. We had to. We needed one. Best thing we could have got: Brady Quinn or Jay Cutler. All right. So that's the best we could have done.
Yeah.
Brady Quinn or Jay Cutler.
And Jamarcus would have been
makes
decent.
Jamarcus' choice not look quite as terrible in comparison.
If Jamarcus would have actually applied himself, who knows how good he could have been.
I still think he was the most talented out of the three.
He was.
He just didn't have.
He didn't care.
He had fucking marbles between his ears. Unfortunately,
He
he was
care.
a fucking lazy bastard.
That's right.
Other than
That's
that,
right.
But, all right. So tomorrow's Black Friday. I don't know if Sunny's going to be off. We got Silver Sunshine during the day. She's supposed to be during the day tomorrow, RAIDER show, but I don't know. We hope she's on. I have not confirmed, but we'll put her under pressure and say she might be on tomorrow. But I will be here tomorrow night for Black Friday, because every Friday's Black Friday on RAIDER ReACTION.
That's right. And I'll be at the Producers in the Park, a Broadway show in the park in St. Pete.
Interesting. I will not be at a Broadway show. I'll be right here with you watching the Raiders whip some ass on Black Friday.
And I will be watching Springtime for Hitler. There you go. Look that one up, folks. The Producers, Springtime for Hitler.
Interesting.
Great show. Yeah.
All right.
Now, a Jewish kid going to Springtime for Hitler. I'm out of here. Yeah, Raider Nation.
I'll see you tomorrow for Black Friday. We're out. Peace, love, RAIDER Nation.